Welcome to this video. I will be discussing about the situation and status of PSO2 international community nowadays. To be more exact, English speaking player base, or the so-called gaijin by the Japanese players. Since PSO2 is an MMORPG, the state of its community will affect the gameplay experience heavily. So I think it's important to have a good understanding about what the community is like and what each of us is going to do about it afterwards. The focus will be on Ship 2, as most international players are based there. As an old player myself who has played PSO2 for 5 years since the early days, I would still say that this game is still one of the best MMORPG out there. While the existence of international community was somewhat controversial before due to the server being intended for a Japanese player base, nowadays most people including Sega themselves are kinda closing one eye, accepting the situation given how many international players have been playing and committing into the game. If previously you could get banned by speaking English in public lobby, nowadays we can see a lot of lobby warriors doing that and no one bats an eye. Despite that, international community circle itself remains small. Most of them are bound to private teams with shared interests, but other than that, there is little interaction between these team circles. Even some players in the same team might be a total stranger to each other, so there's not much to say about relation between different teams. However, this situation is understandable given how the game is being played. There is no feature that promotes interaction between teams, and no challenge whatsoever that requires heavy teamwork also. Raid activity can be done easily with random public players without some sort of cooperation. PvP more or less is also done the same way, and GVG is non-existent. It is as if the game is designed for solo play, where everyone wants to be the very best without any need to rely on other people. Although there are still some people that are willing to contribute towards the community and making it as a place with more interaction between the players, community activity is generally very restricted and difficult to organize in nature. And in the first place, there is also a limit to what few people can do on their own, so it further pushes the stagnancy of the community, as most people seem to just mind their own business. As a result, the game leads to some kind of cultural selection, where soloists or elitist type players will strive, but those that really wants to play and be a part of the bigger community is being pushed away from the game. If we just take a look at the English community Facebook page, most of the posts are about own character showcase or solo videos. I do those kind of things sometimes also, but if we are talking about the bigger picture, about community affairs as a whole, not many seem to think much about it. A lot of people rather talk about loot instead because loot. Amidst all that, I do believe there is still a hope to improve the relationships between international community players as a whole. With combined effort and idea from a lot of players, we could make some creative programs and contents to pull back players with social interests that previously might have felt being pushed away from the game. I have thought about 2 such programs myself that we could do quite easily. The first one is pageant contest, where people submit their character entry to be voted, and then finalists will have to go up on concert stage in-game, making a performance and opening Q&A session in front of public view. The second one is Know Your Arc series, where I will make a short video interviewing certain players and asking various stuff like their motivation, their hobby, their preferences, and so on. To conclude, while this video might be full of my own opinion, I hope that it will at least be able to make us review how we should approach the game as a community. In the long run, I wish to see more players expanding their social circle and make more interaction with the player base, including Japanese players themselves, possible. I believe that our gameplay experience would be much better if we just reach out a little bit towards each other. To be honest, I want to go further with this project, if possible with a website to support it as well. But once again, there is a limit to how much I can do on my own. So please let me know in the comment what do you think about my points so far, whether you agree or not, whether you want to see this project going or not, and so on. Thanks for watching. Okay, where's the next one?
Yeah.
Here. Easy if you check the mini map, then you know which spot you have to go to.
No chase me. Oh fuck.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
ouch, oh my god! Oh my god! I just died on the floor!
The fried chicken is killing all of us.
Well, we are being fried here, technically. It's not wrong.